What do you see? The shrub. I like it. What do you see? This grass. I like it. What do you see? This tree. I like it. Do you like these? Then I get these. Miracle Grow.
Hello, Chargers. I'm Noah Franklin.
I'm Alan Miles.
I'm Gavin Hollahan.
And I'm Skylar Bennett.
And this is your Charger Report for First up today is the school news. Attention Chargers, specifically seniors. I don't know if you know this or not, but we have senior dues that have to be paid. And many of you still haven't paid them yet. The dues are $40 and can be paid at the senior counter. So let's get on that, Chargers. Come on now. All right? And all right, Chargers, sit down. Sit down. I have some very exciting news. The agriculture room has, that's right, you guessed it, baby rabbits. What? Our school has tiny rabbits and they are just got their fur. Everybody can sit down and relax, okay? Because all 4 of the cute little boogers lived and survived and are doing excellent. According to Mr. Gosser, it's extremely difficult to tell the different interspecies of rabbits. But he does know that they are all 4 of them are girls and are cute little itty bitty things. They do not currently have names and they won't be getting names either. The babies will be adopted out to folks in the community, and when they get to their forever home, they will get their forever name. Except for that one right there. I named her Snowball, and she's as big as a mouse.
So far this year, there have been 3 fights in freshman lunch. As a result, freshman lunch now has assigned seats. If you have a problem, don't resort to throwing punches. Go see one of our administrators, Mr. Foster, Ms. Stewart, Mr. Mason, and Mr. Hubert, or you can sign up to see your designated counselor. Scheduling time is getting closer and closer as we approach the end of the school year. You may need help choosing your classes, so see your guidance counselor or one of the respectable seniors for their input. Some of the new classes this year include ceramics, drawing and painting, digital electronics for engineering, athletic conditioning 2 and 3, and Mr. D-Rock has a new class, financial services, that will be running the Bullitt East Bank that is expected to open next year. On our next show, we will have a more in-depth story about the bank. And now over to Noah for electoral dysfunction.
We have officially sunk to the lowest we could possibly sink. Donald Trump somehow managed to win the Republican caucus on Saturday here in the Bluegrass. I just want to ask one question. Why? Why on earth would the sane people of Kentucky endorse Donald Trump? It seems like the Republican candidates cannot decide what to talk about. During the last Republican debate, during the opening statements, Donald Trump gave a statement where he seemed to defend, the size of his hands. Don't believe me? Well, here's the proof.
Okay, and I have said that, so I would like to take that back. He's really not that much of a lightweight. And as far as, and I have to say this, he hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. All right. Okay. Moving on.
Well, the year of 2016 is the presidential election, and with the candidates we have available, they're not that great, but we're going to see who people want to be voted. Here with Jared Ferris, Jake Reese, Mrs. Stewart, Allie Edwards, Riley Carney. Who would you say at this moment you're voting for?
Anybody but Trump.
Donald Trump all the way.
Probably Donald Trump.
At this point, I'm undecided. Quite frankly, I'm struggling to find a candidate that I can get behind.
Like Hillary Clinton was up there, you'd still vote for her?
Better than Trump.
What do you like about Donald Trump?
I know nothing about politics.
What do you like about Donald Trump?
For real, I don't follow the election. He's the only person I ever heard of, and that's why. And he's against abortion.
So you don't like Donald Trump at all, do you?
I'm not a fan. Matter of fact, I find him a little frightening.
Is that all you have to say, is anybody is better than Trump?
Yes, God bless America.
So you haven't heard of Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders?
I've heard of Hillary Clinton, but I don't know. I don't really like her, and I don't know why.
Are you more toward a Republican or Democrat president?
I usually lean toward a Democrat, typically because they are stronger supporters of education and educational policy. And obviously, I am thoroughly invested in education.
Who do you plan to vote for in the 2016 presidential election?
No one.
Please don't vote for Donald Trump.
I can't vote. I'm not 18.
Okay, thank the Lord. I hope you plan to vote this year.
I have never missed voting except when I had a child.
You hear that, Americans? Vote every presidential race.
Election that I can.
You always have to vote, guys. It's your choice.
That's when I was delivering a baby. There we go.
That's the only exception, guys. Thank you.
And girls.
Okay, that too.
The Democratic debate that happened on March 6th was one for the books. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has been getting more and more fired up. This past debate, Senator Sanders waved, shouted, eye-rolled, baited, and goaded his way through the debate. Clinton laid into his opposition to the auto industry bailout. That measure was part of a broader rescue of the financial industry, a point Sanders was only too happy to make. Now, to reenact this part of the debate, with myself playing Bernie and Noah Franklin as Hillary Clinton. You're talking about the Wall Street bailout, where some of your friends destroyed the economy.
You know,
Excuse me, I'm talking.
if you're going to talk, tell the whole story.
I've railed against the bailout, saying that I've decided to let the billionaires themselves bail out of Wall Street. It shouldn't be the middle class.
But
Could I finish? You'll have your turn. Get out of here. All in all, Senator Sanders said that the billionaires running Wall Street should have had to bail themselves out instead of expecting the middle class to carry them on their shoulders. In my opinion, I believe he makes a great point. They should have been told to bail themselves out of their own sinking ships. Nancy Reagan died on Sunday, March 6th. She was 92 years old. Ms. Reagan was the first lady to our 40th president, Ronald Reagan, who served as President of the United States from 1981 to 88. She was best known for her "Just Say No" slogan during her husband's time in office in the reference to the war on drugs. This wonderful lady lived through the invention of sliced bread, the birth of Betty White, the Great Depression, World War II, the rise and fall of Robin Williams, and the Cold War. Now, over to Noah Gaskins and Brian Boyd for Becn.
In 1984, a movie was released that redefined and merged horror and comedy. That movie was Ghostbusters. Now, 32 years later, a reboot of the movie has been made. Paranormal researcher Melissa McCarthy, a physicist Kristen Wiig, a nuclear engineer Kate McKinnon, and a subway worker Leslie Jones tried to rid New York City of the ghosts that can possess humans. Chris Hemsworth is also in the movie as the new Ghostbusters receptionist. Check out the trailer.
It's a class 4 apparition. It's okay. She seems peaceful.
My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics at...
That stuff went everywhere, by the way, in every crack. Very hard to wash off.
We have dedicated our whole lives to studying the paranormal. Now there's sightings all over the city. There are people out there that need our help. Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer. Aaron, no one's better at quantum physics than you. We can provide a real service.
I'm joining the club. You guys are really smart about this science stuff, but I know New York. And I can borrow a car from my uncle.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse.
It's a Cadillac!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time. Okay.
Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity. And we might be the only ones who can stop it.
Holtzman, come on.
The hat is too much, right? Is it the wig or the hat?
There's a bigger picture at hand here. These ghosts can possess the human form.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Get out of my friend, ghost!
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark.
The power of pain compels you!
Ow!
2 weeks ago, on February 29th, the HTC Vive, Valve's VR headset, was open for pre-order. Within 10 minutes, 15,000 units were pre-ordered. They're due to ship on April 5th, with each unit costing about $800. HTC essentially made about $12 million in 10 minutes. Talk about getting rich quick, and talk about how much this shows people want VR. And that's no secret. You can currently watch Netflix with a VR headset, but it is often seen as bleak and not entertaining. Netflix is looking to enhance this. They're looking to create content that is fit for a three-dimensional view range. If you want to experience 3D Netflix and not spend $800, then I got you. It's called Google Cardboard. Basically, Google sends you cardboard that you fold into a box-like shape. Once this is built, you slide your phone in, boom, VR. Now, of course, you need special apps from the Google Play Store, but it's still an awesome experience, and it's under $50. And now from Michael in his game review.
Hello everyone, Sega Gentleman here, and welcome to my review of Firewatch. Firewatch, the 2016 release developed by Campo Santo. Now, the game takes place in 1989 at a Wyoming forest where he plays Henry, a man who decides to join the Wyoming Firewatch for the summer to temporarily forget about his life. Throughout the game, via radio, he talks to his supervisor Delilah. Now, as the summer goes on, Henry and Delilah's time on the force goes from being kind of boring to being very, very strange. And that's about all I'm going to say in regards to the story, since if I say any more, it's just going to be spoilers. What I will mention though is that the story, or at least the middle of it, is very well done, since I actually wanted to go through the story to figure out what's going on. And the voice acting for Henry and Delilah is quite good as well. And the writing is both funny and realistic. As the story goes on, there's been a lot less humor and more confusion and worry. Now, the last thing I will talk about is the ending. Without giving away spoilers, the ending is just very disappointing. Like, you spend so much time trying to solve the mystery and you get a disappointing result. Like, instead of being satisfied and happy that you solved the mystery, you're just like, that's it? That's how it ends? Now, when it comes to the gameplay, or what there is of it, it's just running. And running. And more running. And, oh, wait! No, more running. Never mind. Yes, the majority of your time in this game will be spent running around this forest trying to find the right place for you to go. I mean, you can interact with objects, but what you could do with those objects is very, very limited. It's what you could do with objects is that you can pick them up, examine, drop, or put it in your backpack. And that's about it. Now, when talking to the ladder through the radio, you can make decisions on what you want Henry to say. Now, these decisions affect future conversations, however they have no effect on the overall story, as you can be going to the same story regardless of what decisions you made. Now, the last thing I'll mention about the game is that it's very, very short. So I was able to beat the game in about 4 hours. And I imagine you could beat the game at a much shorter time if you have zero problems with navigation. So overall, I can only really recommend this game to those that are looking for a very good story, don't care if the gameplay is dull, and are okay with a disappointing ending. And even to those people, I can only recommend this game on sale. However, if you are not that type of person, you shouldn't waste your time with this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go Psycho, and go gaming.
Yo, weather wizard again, and get ready for some sun. After the rains we had recently, I decided to give the water a break. So rest of this week, you're looking at partly cloudy, even some days of full sun. It's very small rain chances continue through the week. Couldn't get rid of all of it, not all at once. It doesn't like that, but it should be, as they say, sun and fun, with highs in the 50s and 60s, lows in the 40s. This weekend, we're looking at more of the same, pretty much. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s, mix of cloud and sun. Slight rain chances as well, but nothing too worrying. And that's weather word for this week. Now on.
Brian, you suck. You're fired.
Who's Brian? I don't know.
Brian, get off the set.
Dude, I'm trying to do a show here,
Brian,
dude.
Get off the set.
You can't do this. What was?
Daniel.
Hey guys.
Y'all need to hide your kids.
What's up, all you jive turkeys, and welcome to Viral Violation. Check out this video we found.
All together now. All together now. 1, 2, 3. All together now. Tom, you're a little behind. Let's try it again. All together now.
All together now. Saturday Night Live is having some fun with this election, showing what they think about our Republican candidates. Check it out. Then we're just going straight in.
Alrighty guys, on this week's topic for the field report, we're going to look about electronic cigarettes and what kind of harmful effects it does and if anybody knows anything about it. So, let's go. Alright, I'm here with
Wesley,
Cole Stump,
the Weather Wizard,
Dalton Embry,
and Robert Mitchell,
Jordan Hasty,
Logan Olson,
and Sierra Burnett,
I'm Logan McKenna,
Taylor Hardy,
Coach Troutman,
Clayton Horton.
What are your thoughts on electronic cigarettes?
Well, I can see why people would probably want to use e-cigs. Like, they're not as dangerous as actual cigarettes, and they are much more easily accessible to people.
I share the kind of the same opinion with you. They're supposedly a lot more healthier, but they aren't healthy either. It's more of a healthy alternative.
I think it's better than cigarettes and way more healthier.
If you're not gonna do the real thing, don't do it at all.
I think it's
stupid and irrelevant.
Why is that?
Because I think it's stupid that, I'm going to smoke water. Like, why? And nobody knows if it's good or bad for you, so, oh well. I don't know. I don't do it.
I think that they're stupid.
Oh man, vape every day.
I think vaping and e-cigs have kind of taken over the society. I feel like their regulations aren't as strong, and they need to up their regulations to the FDA. And I feel like they're leading to the same types of diseases and sickness and results as cigarettes are.
Well, it's I don't really know what to do with my hands. What should I do with my hands? Slam down. All right. My thoughts on vaping: it's probably safer than cigarettes, but it's probably not because it puts fluid around your lungs. I don't really know a whole lot about it.
This is our weekly weather wizard who has recently. What happened to you recently today on today's show?
You get fired.
Why did you get fired?
The weather wizard. How are they gonna get anyone to do weather better than me? I'm the wizard.
Why do you do that?
I don't.
That's good. Well, what do you think is much more worse, electronic cigarettes or regular cigarettes?
Regular cigarettes.
Why?
They're bad.
Regular cigarette.
I would agree with that. Regular cigarettes.
I'm so sorry, Brian, but I can ask you some questions. Yeah. What are your thoughts on vaping?
It's okay, I guess.
All right. Well, what do you think is worse, electronic cigarettes or real cigarettes?
Probably the real ones. They don't smell good.
It's a tough question. I think I would have to say cigarettes are worse.
Cigarettes.
I think electronic cigarettes, personally.
I think the actual cigarettes are way more harmful to your lungs.
Probably real cigarettes.
All right. Well, do you guys know anything about water vapor being inside your lungs and the effects that it can have?
Doesn't it, like, it builds up over time?
In a way.
Doesn't it eventually evaporate also?
Well, in a way, it's water vapor in your lungs is very unhealthy because your lungs are meant for elasticity and oxygen. It causes them to shrink up, get water, and almost drown yourself in electronic cigarettes because your lungs can't handle the vapor.
Dalton.
And you could drown easily. This isn't funny. This is a very serious matter.
Vaping to drown.
I don't. That's a lot of vape. Okay.
Some aspects that's true.
Bro, I didn't know that. No.
That doesn't sound good. That does not sound good at all.
I believe it, yeah. That sounds...
Do you know anybody that vapes?
I've seen a couple people do it. I don't know why, but...
All right, what about in school?
In school, I see some people try to sneak it, but they're not really good at it, and they get caught, so don't be dumb.
Nope.
Maybe.
Well, what would you do if you see them do it?
I would ask them to please stop.
And what if they say no?
I would say, can I please get a hit? No, I'm just kidding. I would say, yeah, I would smack it out of their heads probably.
Go to Mr. Foster and then do that.
No, I can't say I have.
In class, no.
I've seen it before, yeah.
In school?
And on the bus.
Yeah, everywhere.
All right, so to add on, do you think the bus is the most populated place of electronic cigarettes?
I'd say it's probably easier to use them on the bus because there's not as much supervision on the buses as there are in actual schools.
All right. Well, if you ever see it, what do you do?
I honestly just let it be. I mean, if people want to make those bad decisions, then power to them.
Yeah, just look the other way.
Well, what if you see it in class?
I've seen it in the halls. No.
We've learned this since we came to school. What do you do when you see something bad?
You would probably want to report it to the teacher.
Or take a nap.
He's got it, she don't.
No, and if I did, I'd probably leave the school.
Smart kid. Smart kid.
Do you happen to know anybody or have seen anyone in class that vapes? Yeah, a lot.
What do you do if you see them do that?
Tell them not to.
What else?
You're stupid.
What else?
I don't know. You want me to smack them? You go to the teachers. Oh, what are those? I'm done.
Alright, Boldies, it seems that most people know what a real cigarette can do to you, but not what an electronic cigarette do, and the harmful effects of water into your lungs. So, police, if you ever see anyone water vaping or e-cigging in class, stop them and tell the teacher. Thank you, guys.
The boys basketball team made it to the regional championship after some impressive wins over North Bullitt and DeSales, but fell short late in the game against Doss. It was hard fought, but in the end, Doss controlled the boards and made their free throws to hold a 4-point lead. Baseball is right around the corner and just a few days away before the start of the season. The first game will be on Wednesday, and the first home game will be on Thursday. Everyone show up and support your team on their run to state. Enjoy a burger or two in the process, because those men on the grill know what they're doing.
The Lady Chargers season came to an end Wednesday, March 2nd, to a close loss to the Butler Bears in the semifinal Class Act Federal Credit Union in the 6th Region Tournament at Valley. Lindsay Duvall and Kaylin Scott and Alyssa Peak led the way for the Lady Chargers, but Butler shot 76% from the free throw line in the fourth quarter to seal the loss for the Chargers. Good job, girls, but better luck next year.
The bracket's out, and we're going to go around and see who everybody thinks is going to win. Let's go. I'm here with the Bowser brothers.
Sean Johnson. Alton.
Olivia Napier.
Peyton.
Or Big Bowser. Who do you think is going to win the NCAA tournament?
The Stony Brook Seawolves. Kentucky for sure. The University of Louisville.
Bellarmine.
And Lil Bowser, who do you think is going to win?
Stony Brook Seawolves.
And why?
Because they got the coolest name. Because they are.
What seed are they?
They're definitely the 1 seed.
Who's going to win Player of the Year?
I'm going to go with Eulis on this one. He's had a pretty good season. Tyler Eulis.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Damian Lee.
Kobe Bryant.
Cameron Majors.
I personally think Louisville's going to pull it out.
I'm Batman.
I'm Superman.
I'm Spider-Man.
And I'm the Green Lantern.
And this has been your Charger Report. Have a wonderful day out there, Charger Nation and stuff.